What's up everyone, this is Victor for Phone Arena and today we're taking a look at the Nokia Asha 305, an affordable feature phone device made by Nokia, and it comes with a 3-inch display with a low resolution of 240 by 320 pixels and a very affordable price, and that's its best selling point. Here's the box. It doesn't come with much, but let's take a quick look. And here you go, you have the charger right here and the headset, and that's it. So we'll take this out of the way, and let's check out the design first of the Nokia Asha 305. Let's really stress the fact that this is a feature phone, not a smartphone. It's not really clear whether a feature phone is relative and really matches our current reality, but that's what you get. The Series 40 UI, it's got a huge refresh. That's the biggest surprise here. It looks a bit more like a smartphone with a drop-down menu a la Android and the 3 swipeable home screens that we'll take a deeper look afterwards that look like Migo, Nokia's earlier smartphone operating system. But first, let's look at the design. So you have 2 physical buttons here, as you can see, and on the side you have the second SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot. Those are both hot swappable. You don't need to restart the device. You can just plug in the card and you're ready to go. You have the big lock key right here, the volume rocker on the side. On the top you have a micro USB port for charging the device, a 2mm standard Nokia jack also for chargers, for standard Nokia chargers, and right here you have a 3.5mm standard headset jack. On the back you see the nice plastic back cover that's removable. You have the 2-megapixel fixed focus camera that's very basic. Now we usually wouldn't be too judgmental towards feature phones, especially such affordable devices like the Nokia Asha 305, but since this phone is all about the touch screen, we have to say a couple more words about it. It's a 3-inch screen, as we said. The resolution is 240 by 320, but the worst thing about it is that it's of the resistive type. So you need to apply a lot more pressure to swipe between home screens, and it definitely cripples the experience. The viewing angles are also subpar, as you can see, and colors look a bit bleached. So it definitely cripples the experience. We wish it was a little bit better despite the cheap form factor. Now Nokia definitely understands that the feature phone nowadays looks a bit dated, and that's why it's brought us a surprise right here. We have the Series 40 UI, but it's overhauled. Its looks and design are completely changed in some aspects, not in others though. It has this drop down, which looks much like in Android actually, and it has the 3 swipeable home screens that look like the ones in Migo. So it's an interesting combination. You can see the push notifications right here. You see the messaging. You have a counter right here with all the missed messages, and the same goes for email and other apps with push messaging. So basically that's your home screen right here. That's how you lock and unlock the device. You see on the lock screen there is a notifier about your new messages, the date and everything like that. And let's first take a look at the dual SIM functionality of the device. As you can see, we have 2 cards right there inserted. You have to have one that acts as your main card. And from here on, you can do your choices. And this basically means, let's try this once again. Let's go into the first card. So we have this card chosen for all outgoing calls, SMS, MMS, and data. But you can change that and have each of the functions set up differently. So you can have one of the cards set up to be the default one for messages and the other for data, or the other way around. So you can definitely set up those things. And in this drop down right here, you can check out the messages, play music, and go into the dialer menu. When it comes to the 3 home screens, first you have the app drawer, which contains all of your apps. As you can see, the resistive screen really messes up sometimes, and you need to get used to it, push it longer, take some more time. It's definitely one of the downsides of the device. So this is your app drawer with all the apps that you can have and you can install here. On the second screen is the one with shortcuts. You can add contacts. You have some shortcuts right here. And the third one is where you can place either the dialer, the music, or the radio, whatever you choose. But we found the dialer pretty convenient to use right here. So the easiest way to manage your SIM cards in this device is to go into the SIM manager and Here you can personalize your SIM options. And here you go, you can select the first or the second card for each of those actions, or just have the phone ask you each time you do something. So the device comes with a 3-inch screen, and the real question is how does it do in typing? And you have a T9 keypad actually, that you have to press a couple of times to get to the letter. That's something we've seen on feature phones before. Definitely doesn't excite us. But if you switch into landscape orientation, and voila, you get the full QWERTY keyboard, which is pretty convenient to type in even on a 3-inch device. So we're happy that we have this here on the Nokia Asha 305. If you care about internet and browsing and connectivity in general, the Asha 305 is definitely not the device for you. It has a small screen, but worst of all, it doesn't support neither Wi-Fi nor 3G, so you're limited to GPRS, Edge, or as they're called, 2G technologies. You can see the indicator here, it says 2.5G. In reality, the speeds are really very, very slow. The browser is also pretty basic. It lags a lot, and the resistive touchscreen that comes with the Asha 305 definitely doesn't help it, doesn't do it justice. And take a look, it's so choppy, very, very laggy. The experience is definitely far, far from perfect. But that's what you get. You can browse some web pages, they do open, Flash doesn't open of course, and you get a passable experience at best. And when it comes to the camera, this device comes with a very, very basic 2-megapixel shooter that does have some options, but really you should use it only in a very sunny day. And if it gets a bit gloomy, a lot of noise will cripple in the picture. So it's a very basic solution that you should use when you don't have your camera. It's definitely not something that you can take a lot of pictures for and be happy with them. And when it comes to video, the quality is horrific. You have MMS quality video, that's QCIF resolution. It's not really viewable on a big screen, so video is really not an option on this device right here. And when it comes to media playback, you do have support for the native resolution, 320 by 240 videos. They do lag a bit, but still you can watch if you want. The 3-inch screen is definitely not a huge asset, so we wouldn't count on that and wouldn't really use the device as a multimedia device. When it comes to sound output though, it's pretty loud and the sounds very good. You can hear right here in the video.
Humans of Earth, my quest has led me to your planet. Give it to me now! You should in no way take any of this
So we're definitely happy with the sound quality and the volume of the sound. Now this is a feature phone, so calling quality is really important, obviously, and here sadly the Nokia Asha 305 has a very disappointing microphone performance. Our callers reported hearing us very distorted, our voices were a bit unnatural and muffled, so those are definitely some issues you need to take into account. On our end of the line, things were slightly better though. And when it comes to the battery, it's removable. You have an 1110 milliamp hour battery. It lasts a lot longer than in a smartphone. It easily got us through a couple of days of use, and it's officially rated for 14 hours of talk time. So by now you probably already feel our sentiment towards this device. We definitely aren't happy with a feature phone in this day and age. This device costs around $110 in Western markets, and for the same kind of money you can buy the Samsung Star 3 Duos, which is also a feature phone but comes with a capacitive touchscreen, which is much more responsive. You can also add 10 or 20 more bucks and you can get a smartphone like the Samsung Galaxy Y or Samsung Galaxy Pocket. And the smartphone is a whole other world. You would definitely recommend you get a smartphone if you don't need the dual SIM option desperately. And if you do though, and if you value the better battery life on feature phones like this one here, it's definitely something to consider. We thank you for watching this review. We have a more in-depth coverage of the Nokia Asha 205 at our site at phonearena.com. Make sure to check it out, and thanks for watching. Bye.